Welcome to the How to Live Fully podcast. I'm Deborah Callahan, and my intention is to bring you insightful conversation that will help you go from just surviving life to living the highest expression of yourself. Let's get curious on how to take your power back and create a beautiful life. Welcome, everyone. Today I'm here with my friend Judith Costa. Judith is an unconditional love coach, a self-love expert, a seminar leader, writer, speaker with a master's degree in analytical psychology and psychotherapy and an MBA. She's a teacher of the Akashic Records and a consultant. Welcome, Judith.
Thank you so much, Debbie, for having me. I'm so excited to be here with you.
So today we're going to talk about soulmates, which is one of your favorite things to talk about, I know. I'd like to start off by asking you, how would you convince someone who is a skeptic that a soulmate relationship is even possible?
It's difficult to convince someone because the term soulmate has been used in the wrong way many times. It has lost its true meaning. When you have experienced this kind of relationship, it's like the other relationships seem not at the same level, but trying to convince someone will be, I think, out of my reach because it's complicated if you don't believe in love to tell you that there is a special people out there, because we don't have one soulmate, we have more than one. It's going to help you grow. It's going to help you transform your life. It's going to be there for you. It's going to share his or her talents and qualities to accompany you in your soul path. It's going to awake your heart and demonstrate you that love is something different, that it's not conditional. It's going to help you to become the best version of yourself. When you are with this person, you feel like you are at home. You may be introduced to this person or just see this person across a room full of people in the other corner of the room and feel like, I don't know you, but I feel I do.
What would you say to someone who believes it's possible, but maybe doesn't believe it's possible for them?
Well, that's a different thing. We all have different blocks that make it difficult to be in this situation where you can find exactly the love that we want. Because everything that we experience in our relationships since we are born affects the relationships that we establish later on. We are not educated or trained to release the trauma, to heal the wounds, the disappointments. We just put it wherever we can under the rug and we continue moving forward. When I work with clients, my ideal client, I will say, is someone that has figured out in every relationship that he or she had, the common denominator, it's me. Like I have, then this has been happening again and again and again, but I cannot say that it's the environment, it's the partners, it's my family, or my parents didn't love me, or whatever it is. I have trouble finding the right person. There is something that will tell you intuitively that there is something I can do about, and you become responsible. That means that you have the ability to respond, and you know that there is something that you can shift, transform, or do differently in order to find true love. The problem is that when you have been stuck in love for a long time, you stop believing. You think that there must be something wrong with you. Usually the lack of love, self-love, make things even more difficult. You don't feel lovable or not good enough, or you don't know exactly what's wrong with you, but you see that other people do this easily and you cannot find a partner in life. And let me tell you that we have soulmates that are not romantic partners. Our soulmate can be someone that it's just a friend or a colleague or someone that cross our path and then disappear. But I will say to this person that no matter how your doubts are, it can happen to you. We have to see what is holding you back. Maybe it's the forgiveness work that you have to do. Maybe you got stuck in something very traumatic that happened to you in the past. Maybe you cannot heal these wounds on your own. Maybe we have to increase the level of love for yourself, for you to attract someone that is at the same level than you are, in the same vibration, in the same the same page. To make it easy. Maybe there is something a little bit more complicated, that it's these unconscious patterns and beliefs that we all have, that we don't recognize because from inside of the bottle you don't see the label, then we don't recognize that we have them. But it can be fear of abandonment or fear of betrayal or fear of love not lasting for you. Then we have to identify this, and with the work of a professional or with your own commitment to overcome this and to let go of the limitations that are self-imposed, then we really transform our lives. And going into another realm, it may also be that we carry things from different incarnations in our soul path, some agreements or bonds with other souls, some vows that we have made that are still in place, and we are unaware that this is happening, but it's happening. We obey to that instructions that we have very well written in our unconscious. We can set ourselves free. We can be totally open and available for love.
So I know you have a process. Could you briefly take us through the steps of the process?
Yeah, the process I will say that includes what we have been talking. Then it's important to eliminate any block that might be holding us back.
Mhm.
But the process will be, what do you want? What kind of relationship are you looking for? You have to define the what. This is your task. It's very different if I say I want a car, but if I say I want a white convertible Mercedes that is going to have leather seats and the best musical system. I imagine myself driving it with the breeze moving my hair. It makes me so happy because I don't like AC. Just to have the sensation of driving this car is so nice, so cute. It's not a big car. It's exactly what I have been dreaming all my life. That's what we have to do in terms of describing a relationship. It's not if you want a man and a woman, tall, short, handsome, with this color of hair or the other. Of course, you have to be precise in the qualities. And if you want to start a family, it's not the same that you want a lover or you want a friend or you want, but you have to be very clear in how are you going to feel when you establish the relationship? What is going to happen between the two of you?
Right.
How are you going to do this when you are together? You have to bring to the table what you expect the other person to put there as well. It's important to think about the qualities of the relationship. What does it mean for you to be in a partnership? Do you want someone that has the same taste for activities? Or you're able to go to yoga alone and then you just want a partner. Do you want the best lover or you want a friend or you want everything together? What is the level of communication that you are going to have? What kind of life? It's there for you. You have to dream about it, awake and asleep, so clearly that you can even touch it. For me, this is the easier step. We don't really take care of when it's going to happen and how it's going to happen. We let the universe, divine timing, let's say,
Mhm.
God, whatever you believe in, to take care of the how it's going to happen, if it's going to be in a wedding or in the gym or in the line of the supermarket or you're going to be introduced through someone else. It doesn't matter. The when, you can press the accelerator or you can put the brakes, but it's also something that you don't control. You shouldn't be anxious and nervous about, oh, I have asked for this, and as happens with Amazon, no, like I want it in a couple of days, has to be here. You have to really prepare yourself and be relaxed, savor the waiting and see what is coming your way. Step number two, you have to believe. When we enter in the problems, this is what I mentioned at the beginning, no? Some of us want one thing, but we don't believe that it can be ours. We don't believe that this is exactly what is going to happen in our life. Every time you are incoherent, that means that what you think it's not what you say, it's not the way you act, then you pull the brakes of the process. It's like telling the universe, like, yes, I'm calling you because I want the best partner for me right now. For some people, the word soulmate has a lot of strength. And I will say, call it just the right partner for you at the moment. And then when you have called the universe and you feel excited about this idea, then you start thinking like, yeah, that is not, it's not gonna happen to me. And you see, I always have been unlucky in love. These things only happen to people that are smarter or younger or thinner than me. And then you cancel the process. Unconsciously, you call again to the universe and you say, I'm not ready yet. Do you mind to put my order in hold? And the universe says, no worries. I'll do that for you. Whenever you feel ready, just call me and I will activate your order. And we do this when we sit in our pajamas and we are crying. And then someone convinces us to go out and to have a date. And we say, yeah, I don't feel ready. Yeah, the universe will notice that you are not ready. We'll say, if Judith is sitting there with her pajamas, then let her process whatever she needs to process. And then we will help her whenever she is ready. Then the universe will never judge you or punish you. It's just reacting to exactly the energy that you are sending, the energy that it's inside of you. Not what you say you want, what you feel. It's your state of being that talks. to the universe. Then in this step of believing, we have to be sure that we believe that we are lovable, that we deserve love, that we are able to receive this gift in our life. And if not, we have to go through this process that I was mentioning before. What is holding you back? Do you need to do forgiveness work? When you still hear the voice of your ex-husband, there is still a knot in your stomach, or you hate someone, or you still feel like a victim for the betrayal that you suffer, then we have to be able to disconnect really from these events that happen in our lives and be able to move forward with our lives, to be free to love again, to believe in love again. Then the serving includes all of these things at the same time. Like, do I really feel like if it's going to happen tomorrow, will I be ready to receive this person in my life? This is an important question because a lot of people that are in the process, when they ask this question, they say, no, I'm not. I'm not ready.
I have a question about that. Do you actually have to feel 100% ready for that to happen?
No, you don't have to be perfect. Humans beings are not able of perfection at all, but you have to be conscious, not perfect, but aware. Depends on the degree. You will cancel the process of you just will attract something different than what you expect or imagine, or you will find the person and you're all of us, we are work in progress. Then you don't have to love yourself at 100%, but you still need to know there is something you need to overcome. Believing in love is more a decision. Love is a state of being. It's not a feeling, not a passing feeling. And love is a verb. It has to be demonstrated into action. Then if you say you are ready for love, you have to be loving. You have to cultivate this love that you say you want in your life. You have to be generous with your kindness, with your understanding, with your compassion, with your laughter, with your appreciation, with your compassion. All of these are qualities of love. Then you cannot say, yeah, I'm ready for love, and sit there angry in a chair saying, yeah, love, come and find me. No, we have to bring the energy that we want to receive. That's something that we don't understand. A lot of people want to feel love when they find love, but it's the opposite. You have to feel lovable before you are in a loving relationship. It's believing.
Okay, so do you believe that that step is the most difficult for people to move beyond?
No, I think that the most difficult is step number 3.
Okay, let's talk about three.
Act as if it's already happening. But this is what I was saying. You have to become the person you are going to be when you are in this relationship. You cannot be empty, sad, angry, and feeling not enough and thinking that love is going to rescue. The
Mm.
idea is that you start working on the amount of love that you can create for yourself. When you love yourself, you understand that you are the source of this love. You never run empty unless you keep giving and never replenishing your batteries. That's very important because we tend to go through life saying, can you please love me? I want your approval. I want your appreciation. I want your validation. I want your, then expecting that others give us those things that we don't have. And that's not the best way to proceed. The idea is that we find this connection with ourselves where we can really find this strength and know that we are worthy of love, that we are worthy because we exist, that we deserve love as any other being. Acting as if it's happening means that you already have placed the order and then you can relax and savor the waiting, but you have to start acting like if you are already in the kind of relationship that you want. In your mind, you don't stop yourself from doing the things that really make you happy. You continue living your life as a fully complete whole being that is happy with her life. Really believe that because this order is already being placed, is already happening. That's trusting the universe. That's your leap of faith. Not only believing that you can have it, it's like that you are already receiving it.
Okay, I can imagine that that would be the most difficult thing.
Yeah, because again, trusting the universe, enter in this field of possibilities where everything is possible, no? That you can really expect the unexpected and trust that the best is coming into your way has to be in place, has to be demonstrated. If I ask you, what is your favorite restaurant where you live, Debbie?
Okay, let's say fresh chef.
Okay, wonderful. And
Mhm.
what was the normal way of approaching the restaurant?
The normal way of approaching it?
Car, you were walking.
Car.
And when you are sitting in the car, do you know that you are going to have a fantastic meal?
Yes.
Do you feel, yeah, this is going to happen, no problem. And maybe you even know what are you going to order.
Yes, for sure.
And when you think about it, your mouth waters. You're
Hmm.
in the car, you're going there. You're so sure that you are gonna have a wonderful experience and eat that.
Yes,
And do you usually make a reservation or you just show up?
I just show up.
Okay. But you are so confident that there is gonna be a table for you, then you don't start thinking like, oh God, I'm gonna be able to eat this that I like the most. What is gonna happen today? What if they are closed? What if they have had like a fire in the kitchen and I cannot eat that? You don't start like going about everything that can go wrong and looking for reasons why you are not going to have this fantastic meal that you imagine in your mouth. You take it for granted. You are not there at the restaurant and you are already acting as if you are eating there.
That's a great
That's
example.
exactly, that's exactly what we are saying.
Well, that's a great example. So what is the next step?
No, that's it. That's the three.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So do you have examples of people who have used this process and have been able to call in a healthy soulmate?
Yeah, you can go to my website and you will find a page that is called Success Stories, and you will find there a lot of different testimonials. I have been invited into weddings, uh, people that propose very short after doing the training with me. I mean, many things. I cannot say there is an example that I like. I was driving, then I needed the phone because I was lost and I couldn't talk. I had to give instructions because we were really in trouble. And this client of mine called me and say, "Oh, I did this workshop, How to Find Your Soulmate, with you some time ago, and I wanted to call you to say thank you because you show me how to dream big and how to really manifest the soulmate of my dreams." And she was talking about manifesting someone in her life that has a boat, that has a private jet. And she would say not only has a boat, she has a company of private jets. And
Wow.
we have been in a long time relationship for months. We are gonna take this to the next level. And I just wanted to share this because I'm so grateful. And I hope that I could talk at that moment and even record the conversation because it was with many more details, and she was explaining much better than I do, no? But that's exactly what I'm trying to point out. You have to be sure that what you are trying to manifest is the kind of energy that you are bringing. Then for her, being with someone that has a status or some level of, let's say, maturity in terms of his life and all of this was important. But she was ready for this kind of relationship. A lot of people want something that they are not. And then they cannot sustain when they are in their relationship, they cannot sustain this energy and things end up not being the way you imagine. A lot of people ask me like why it looked like at the beginning like a soulmate relationship, I end up like not being that.
Mhm.
Because sometimes when we meet someone that has been with us in past lives, it looks like this strong connection, this I know you already, as we mentioned before, but it's just different in the way it develops than a relationship. Then I will say that an important part of this workshop that I teach is really to go deeper inside of yourself and look exactly at what had happened to you in the past. What is holding you back? What is not allowing you to believe in love, to be there? What kind of partner you really feel that you are able to establish the best relationship ever at this moment? We are already ready for love and we all deserve to be loved.
Mhm.
You just have to believe. Then this is my specialty when I work with people to go specifically to what is happening to you. This is not coffee for everyone. This is knowing exactly what is making this difficult for you and releasing that. We have tools to do that, many, but
Mhm.
just the awareness of what has been happening in your life have helped many people to really shift the mindset, to change the behavior. And the secret of the success is most of the time the love for yourself. I tend to teach classes. Sometimes I do like a city retreat. Now it's mostly online, but where the first workshop is the workshop on self-love, fall in love with yourself. And the second one is how to find your soulmate. Because it's really important to have this foundation, or how I can feel lovable, how I can increase this love for myself and for the world and everything that exists, to really be successful in finding the right partner for you. This is what you will see in these testimonials. A lot of people that have accomplished both, that they feel much better about themselves, more confident, more like safer, and ready to love again.
That sounds amazing. So you have two workshops coming up. Could you talk about the dates?
Yeah, one it's on the 8th, Fall in Love with Yourself, 8th of February. And the second one, How to Find Your Soulmate, is Sunday, February 9th. It's a whole day, 8 hours. We have 1 hour break for lunch. It's important, the idea of the intensive, because if we do an introduction and we do it in different days, it doesn't have the same effect. In the self-love, again, we are gonna learn exactly what we need to do in order to increase the level of self-love, what areas of self-love are holding you back. For everyone, it's not the same. Some people are having difficulties in self-forgiveness, others in judging. They are very critical with themselves. Other people have difficulty in finding their own voice, expressing who they are, their needs and desires. Some of us have no idea how to set up boundaries and how to say no when we want to say no, or please others all the time. The idea is that even the workshop is general, everyone will choose especially those aspects of self-love that are more important for them. It's a workshop, it's not a class where I teach and talk. You're going to take this time to invest it in yourself and to increase the level of self-love. And when you finish, the idea is that you have an action plan of what you can do to change your life. Then we move to the How to Find Your Soulmate. We talk about what is a soulmate connection, how you can be sure that this is what you want, how to recognize it. And then we go deeper into the process that I explain, what is holding you back. Then we end up with the tools, things that you can do in order to really manifest, how you work with manifesting this and working with it and savoring the waiting, as we have been mentioning.
Well, it sounds like it would be super fun and very
Yes,
enlightening.
yeah, people say, why you don't have it longer? Then I have a retreat on soulmates, but usually the complaint is we want more. Time flies.
So I will put the link to register for that workshop in the notes below. But
That's it. You're gonna have a beautiful time together.
I look forward to signing up. Thank you so much for coming on today. It was such a treat to talk to you.
Thank you so much. I just want to say that these workshops are not created from things that I have read. The concept of soulmates really transformed my life. It's what was the beginning of my spiritual awakening. I have a personal story that I also will share with you if you register, on how I found my soulmates, in plural, more than one. And if I was able to do it, you can do it too. I'm not smarter or wiser. I can show you exactly the path, and you can do it on your own. Know that this is personal experience. This is an amazing journey that will take you to a different realm in the world of love.
Thank you so much, Judith. Again, maybe we'll have you back to talk about self-love. I think that would be fun.
Let's do that. Part two.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Lots of love.